What coded message was President Uhuru Kenyatta sending to his deputy William Samoei Ruto by endorsing the ODM candidate for Msambweni parliamentary by-election? What message was the president trying to send to his deputy? Because let's face it, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything is normally well-planned, well-scripted, and executed to achieve specific political objectives. The move by President Uhuru Kenyatta and Hassan Joho to endorse publicly the ODM candidate for Msambweni was intended to send a political statement to William Samoei Ruto. And that's what I want us to look at today. But before we get into all those details, if you're watching this video for the first time, please just take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let's get back to the main issue. What message was the president trying to send? Now this is what happened. On Wednesday, President Uhuru Kenyatta and the Ethiopian Prime Minister opened the Moyale one-stop border post in Marsabit County. And then later on, Raila Odinga joined the president and the Ethiopian Prime Minister for a tour of the Lamu port. And yesterday, Raila Odinga toured Msambweni. And while Raila Odinga was touring Msambweni, President Uhuru Kenyatta was in Mombasa. And because the ODM candidate needed the support of Raila Odinga, that trip by Raila Odinga was actually not planned. But because the ODM candidate needed his presence there, Raila Odinga took his time and went to Msambweni. And while on the campaign trail, President Uhuru Kenyatta made a call for Raila Odinga to release Boga to go to him in Mombasa. And Omar Boga went to Mombasa.
Habari ya ni saa sita kweli bado. Mchana. Salamu alaikum. Poleni nimevunja protocol kwa sababu ya mzee tunanong'onezana. Natakana niende Mombasa kidogo kuona president. Kwa hivyo nakimbia kule. Nitamwacha Prime Minister, mambo yote yameyasikia. La msingi tarehe 15 naomba kura zenu na support yenu. Kama kuna mtu nilimkwaza, naomba msamaha. Si sawa hiyo? Na kama kuna mtu naye alinikwaza pia nilimsamehe kitambo. La msingi maneno yenu, mzee yuko hapa, yeye ana maneno mazuri sana leo amekuja nayo. Kwa hivyo tutatoka hapa tukimaliza tutaenda Kinondo kule Ndeme public rally, alafu tutakuja Masai pia aonane na wananchi hapo barabarani. Kwa hivyo karibuni sana, asanteni, Mungu atubariki.
And that's where President Uhuru Kenyatta endorsed him. And if you look at the photos which came out of that meeting, that endorsement, the photos which were shared, they are very interesting. Boga also went there in his Boga Gi t-shirt, which means he was not prepared to go and meet President Uhuru Kenyatta. In fact, I don't know whether he flew or he drove straight to Mombasa. Once he arrived in Mombasa, Joho was with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And from the photos which are coming out there, you can see these guys seated somewhere. You can see Boga, you can see President Uhuru Kenyatta, you can see Hassan Joho, and you can see the Minister for Transport, Macharia. From this photo alone, you can easily tell the kind of discussion which was going on here. Basically, Boga or Joho had specific projects, infrastructure projects in Msambweni, which they wanted the president to intervene. And later on, publicly, you could see Hassan Joho and Boga talking. And then President Uhuru Kenyatta taking a photo with Omar Boga. And that photo is an endorsement. I want you to listen to Hassan Joho. making the case for Omar Boga before we go into the coded message which the president was actually sending out. Listen to Hassan Joho.
Wale tuko na by-election Msambweni constituency. Mimi nimetembea huko na candidate wangu anaitwa Boga. Hata leo nimekuja naye. Boga wapi? Boga ki! Boga ki! Huyu ndio anaitwa Boga. Kule Msambweni tunasemanga Boga gi, Boga. Hebu rudieni kidogo. Boga gi, Boga power. So your excellency, hata kama mimi ni governor wa Mombasa, kuna mambo ambayo nimeona kule Msambweni wakati natembea na bunduki yangu. Ambaye ningeomba utupatie sikio. Kuna mambo ya mashamba pale ambaye title deed maeneo ya Kinondo ambaye imeprogress bado kidogo tu, we would seek your intervention ili title deed zitoke. Kuna mambo ya daraja mahali kunaitwa Mvumoni ambaye imevunjika kwa miaka 7. Your Excellency, I'll also ask with humility, please intervene for us. Wakati tukitoka huko tuone pia ujumbe wao tumewafikishia kwako. Kuna mambo ya miundo msingi, mambo ya soko ambaye la ajabu ni kwamba pale Ukunda there is no market ambaye watu wetu wanaweza kufanya biashara. So I'll also appeal, isiwe kwamba nimeenda tu Msambweni kutembea kufanya campaign. I also promise the people of Msambweni what I see I will bring to your attention so that you can act and that there is some progress and development even after I leave Msambweni and Boga comes in as an MP.
Baada ya Kwale hiyo umesema yote, hiyo mambo ya shamba tukuja turekebishe. Wewe waziri ni kule vile mtaenda kutengeneza hiyo mambo ya daraja saa huu. Ya? Ndio hiyo. Mambo yake ya stima pia na soko namna hiyo. Ni hivyo.
But what message was the president trying to send out? Because that's the main thing. In my view, the president wanted to send 5 strong messages to the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. And William Ruto and his allies must take the messages very seriously. The first message which the president was sending out is that Omar Boga is the handshake candidate. Remember, Jubilee as a political party announced publicly that they were not going to sponsor a candidate in Msambweni. And William Ruto tried to force a candidate, but they said no. In fact, at some point, it took the president to place a phone call to Tuju not to allow Jubilee to sponsor a candidate in Msambweni. The deputy president had identified a candidate, Mariam Shalet Akinyi. That move aborted. So the deputy president and his allies are currently supporting an independent candidate. So the president is telling them that I have a handshake with my brother Raila Odinga. And because of that handshake, I'm going to support this candidate. So he is our handshake candidate. So that's the message the president has delivered perfectly well to the deputy president and his allies. So whatever they are going to do with that information is up to them. But if I were them, I would go back and figure out why the president is actually doing this. So that's number one. Number two, I think it's also an extension of Jubilee Party politics. The president is just affirming what Rafael Tuju told Kenyans publicly, that Jubilee as a political party was not going to sponsor a candidate. Remember, William Ruto and his allies had to go to Jubilee Party headquarters to try to force Jubilee to sponsor a candidate in Msambweni. That did not happen. The president stood his ground. So basically, it's an extension of Jubilee Party politics. The president is passing a message to all Jubilee supporters that as a political party, we are not sponsoring a candidate in Msambweni. And our candidate is actually none other than Omar Boga. And that's why the post by Oscar Sudi is very interesting. Oscar Sudi has posted something online, and I always believe that Oscar Sudi represents the thinking of William Samoei Ruto. Let me just get you what Oscar Sudi posted. So Oscar Sudi is posting, Uhuru Kenyatta has been spotted with ODM candidate Omar Boga. This is now the second evidence that the president has defected to ODM after the Naivasha press conference addressed by James Orengo. His heart is completely out of Jubilee. We stood firm with him during heydays, and we wish him well in his new political formation. Bye-bye. That's Oscar Sudi. But what Oscar Sudi is not telling you here is the fact that the president is playing that party politics. That Jubilee as a political party has now decided to support the Omar Boga candidature because it was made publicly that they were not going to sponsor a candidate and they are going to support the Omar Boga. So Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to tell the deputy president that as a Jubilee party, we agreed to support this candidate. And I'm going to support it. My expectation is that you too should support him. And by not supporting him, basically it means the deputy president is supporting someone else. And that's why Oscar Sudi is using reverse psychology to claim that President Uhuru Kenyatta is the one who has abandoned the cause. So basically it's about Jubilee party politics. Number 3, I think President Uhuru Kenyatta is now challenging the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto to a contest. In Kibra, William Ruto succeeded. He forced Jubilee Party to sponsor a candidate. The candidate ended up losing. In Msambweni, the president is saying, let us support the ODM candidate because coastal region is basically ODM stronghold. And I want to believe that the president, in his own wisdom, cannot just make such a move unless he's sure, unless the intelligence has briefed him that the ODM candidate is going to win. I'm sure the president cannot just go outside there to endorse this guy. But by doing that, and the deputy president is sponsoring another candidate, so it means now we are in Msambweni by-election, two candidates supported by the president, one by the president and another one by the deputy president, William Ruto. So basically it's a contest. So I'm going to wait to see how the system is going to come in. What I mean by the system is the state machinery, the provincial administration, how the police are going to conduct themselves on the elections day, how the IBC are going to conduct themselves. Because the president will not allow himself to lose this election after endorsing. And William Ruto would also not want to lose this election because, just like I said, losing this Msambweni by election for William Ruto is going to be bad for him politically. Just like Raila Odinga losing this election is going to be bad for him and the BBI, just like he mentioned. Number 4, I think the president is also setting the stage for the Building Bridges Initiative test run. If these guys are going to lose Msambweni, the fact of the matter is that if they lose Msambweni, then they are going to lose the momentum for the Building Bridges Initiative process. A win for Msambweni on 15th of December is going to be a huge boost for the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns. They are actually going to build the momentum because people are saying that the president and Raila Odinga are now unpopular. So there's a by-election in the coastal region. They go into that election and they win. That's a good momentum for them. They go into that election and they lose. It's also a bad momentum for them. So basically, it's going to be a test run for the team Building Bridges Initiative process. Basically, I'm sure these guys are testing something, whether their campaign strategy are going to work or the Building Bridges Initiative campaigns or not. But let us wait and see. And lastly, it's about 2022 politics. I can conclude from this latest move by the president that he's not going to support his deputy, William Ruto, for the presidency in 2022. Otherwise, if he was going to support him, there's no way he would endorse this candidate. He would have just let the deputy president and Raila Odinga square it without any interference. But the mere fact that the president is not coming out openly to support the ODM candidate, it's confirming that him and the deputy president, their politics ended long time ago. So he's taken a different path with Raila Odinga, and his deputy is also announcing that for him, he's going to take a totally different path. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you, guys. And if you're watching this video again for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Thank you, guys, and please, may you have a good day. And by the way, I want you guys to suggest for me anything else you'd want me to dissect. You can always reach me on my WhatsApp number, which is 0777741323. The number is purely WhatsApp. So just drop me a text there. I'll be able to respond if I'm not able to respond immediately, but just drop a text. I'm sure I'll be able to respond. Thank you, guys, and please, may you have a good day.